Hey, what's up guys? This is your friendly neighborhood Henry. Welcome back to another episode. Today we are talking about all the important things you need to know about Apple's Keynote. If you'd like to see separate videos for everything, let me know in the comments section below and I'll do an in-depth of everything you asked for. So let's go ahead and get started with what you need to know about Apple's Keynote. Let's get started. Alright, so to kick things off, we have Apple's subscription services. We finally got a price on the final two things on the list, which was Apple Arcade and Apple TV Plus. So, Apple Arcade is $4.99 per month. Apple TV Plus, surprisingly, $4.99. So, you can get a subscription service for games on iOS, iPad, and macOS, and you can get Apple's TV show and movie creations. I think they're just doing TV, but we don't know that yet. Or at least I don't know that yet. So, yeah. Anyway, so Apple's content is going to be available at $4.99, and even cooler about that $4.99 price is that when you buy an Apple TV, iPhone, iPad, or Mac computer, you actually get 1 year of Apple TV Plus for free. So if you're pre-ordering that iPhone 11 or 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max, it looks like you're going to have 1 year free of Apple TV Plus, which is going to be available later in September. Actually, November 1st, I was lying. I don't know why I paused there. Alright, so next thing, before we talk about iPhones and, well, iPhone Pros for the rest of this video, I want to talk about really briefly the two other hardware pieces that Apple actually announced at their event. The first was Apple's new budget iPad. It's basically take all the specs, the same specs that the 6th generation iPad had, but make the screen a little bit bigger at 10.2 inches. Put a smart connector at the bottom so you can use Apple Smart Keyboard and release it. So same chip, same RAM, everything's the same. Only difference is the screen size and that smart connector. It's still relatively fast and they put a brighter display in it, but that is the only difference. Everything else is the same. Then there was the very interesting release of Apple Watch Series 5. Now you can have different finishes. You can have titanium and ceramic. Titanium starts at $7.99, which is $100 more than the standard stainless steel. And then ceramic has that beautiful $12.99 price. So if you want a ceramic watch, you got to spend $1,300. Hooray! Good thing I don't want that. I really want that watch. So the only different things with the Apple Watch Series 5 is, well, two differences. The first is, well, it's going to have a newer chip in it, the watchOS 6 chip. Then it has a compass that's built into it, doesn't need cellular data to work. And then there was that one thing, which was the emergency international call. I feel like that's the one thing that's going to appeal to those who are traveling a lot or at all. But I don't know what else would be appealing with that. So let's talk about the thing of why you probably clicked on this video. Henry, what are the new iPhones? Let's get started. On my Instagram, I posted basically the spec sheet of the iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, and iPhone 11 Pro Max of really the things that you need to know about these phones compared to last generation. Let me skim down what you actually need to know about these phones. So the iPhone 11, which is Apple's entry-level phone, this was the top-selling phone of last year and really the first entire half of this year. Was the top-selling iPhone was the iPhone XR. The iPhone 11 is the upgrade from that phone. What's different about it though? So you get an extra gigabyte of RAM, so it's going to be a lot faster to open things like applications, multitasking, those things that you do, like message people and emojis all the time. Yeah, I too almost forgot that was a feature on the iPhone. Now, the iPhone 11, compared to the iPhone XR, now has a wider lens camera, along with the standard wide-angle lens. This allows you to have a super wide-angle shot of your subjects. But also, speaking of subjects, now you can finally do portrait mode on pets. You could not do that before, but for some reason in Apple's Keynote, they specified you could take portrait shots of your dog. They didn't specify that you could take a picture of your cat. And I feel personally attacked because I have a cat, and that is rhyming, so it should matter. And the speakers are a little bit different. They have more of a adaptive sound in English. I don't know if you've ever been to an IMAX theater where they have Dolby Atmos. It's like a quieter version of that because, well, it's a phone speaker. Phone speakers are really going to be like, oh, hey, I'm going to listen to a video by myself or share it with one person. Not like, hey, I'm going to play this nasty music in front of 20 people and everyone's going to hear it like it's at a concert. That's all that's different with the iPhone 11. Oh, wait, no, there's more. New chips, but no one keeps track of that. Of course, it's going to be the fastest iPhone because it's the latest iPhone. So, yeah, what you need to know, it's going to be faster. The camera has a wider lens on top of the already wide lens. It has night mode, so you can take pictures in the dark and it'll brighten it up, just like the Google Pixel 3. All right, so the one thing that I haven't been asked yet, that the only actual commentary I got from it was, Henry, get me the iPhone 11 Pro, please, is the iPhone 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max. So, yes, Apple put a label on it. They're calling it Pro. Do I agree with it? That is a whole separate video, but this video is to really tell you what's important about it. So what's important about it is it's the first iPhone, it's the first iPhone with a triple lens setup. You get a super zoom telephoto lens, a super wide angle lens, and a standard wide angle lens on the back. You get a 12 megapixel camera on the front, and you can take 4K at 60 frames per second on, guess which cameras? All of them. So the front-facing cameras, 4K 60 frames. Wide-angle lens, 4K 60. Super wide-angle, 4K at 60. Telephoto lens, 4K at 60 frames per second. I am more than excited for this. There is an application that is going to be available later this year that will allow you to take a shot on all or selected cameras at the same time. I will not get into depth about it on this video. I'll talk about it in another episode or just when it gets released. So what else is different with the iPhone 11 Pro? The battery life for the iPhone 11 Pro is 4 hours longer than the iPhone XS, the phone that was released last year. What? The iPhone 11 Pro Max, guess how much more battery life that has over the XS Max, which is my phone? 5 hours more. I'm really curious to know how that is possible with the phone not being like any thicker than it was. I'm really curious to know why. Really, really curious. But I don't know. And when I find that out, I'm totally going to make a video about it because 4 hours longer is a lot of time. The difference between the iPhone XS and XS Max was about an hour's worth of battery life. I'm getting the iPhone 11 Pro, by the way, not the Max. That'll be a later video. That smaller phone has 3 hours longer battery life than mine does, and it's like so much bigger than it. It's just very surprising. But there's not really anything else to know about it other than, well, the glass. And that's really what I wanted to get in this video. And I've seen no one else talk about it, so I'm calling this specifically possible Scratchgate. So for those who don't know what a Google Pixel 3 is, a Google Pixel 3 has a very similar metal design on the back with a frosted finish to it. And what does the iPhone 11 Pro have? A frosted glass finish. It's possible, and keep this in mind with a grain of salt, the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max might scratch easily. Here's how I know that. There's a clip that the iPhone 11 gets thrown around in all these purses, cat knocks it off a table. The iPhone 11 is getting thrown everywhere. But do you notice when when Apple introduces the iPhone 11 Pro, they only show liquid situations. Oh, this iPhone's getting submerged in the rain. Oh, this iPhone is getting splashed on. There's only one clip of the iPhone 11 actually, like, none of it's in the wild. There's only one small clip of the iPhone 11 Pro actually being close to accidental damage. And that was the drop test machine that Apple had, where it grabs on the phone and basically it drops and hits the ground at a certain velocity. So why would Apple have that? Why not show the iPhone 11 Pro, which is A, the Pro device, and B, the most expensive device? So why not show any footage of it being tossed around if it's the most durable glass in a smartphone? Just to clarify, the iPhone 11 does not have this frosted glass finish, just the Pro series. So Apple's not marketing this to be thrown around. But the iPhone 11 is. I will leave that for the review when I get my iPhone 11 Pro in and see if it actually scratches. And I want to hear your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Before I end this episode, I would like to say a special thanks to this person that I lost yesterday. Someone that is very important to me, and I am very thankful I had them in my life for as long as I have, and I am really sad to see them go. I'm gonna miss you, 3D Touch. I'm sorry you had to leave the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max and go up to technology heaven, but you will be missed. And I know haptic touch is almost as good as you are, but I'm never going to forget you, 3D Touch. And I'm also never going to forget this segue. To like, share, and subscribe to this video and my YouTube channel. Until next time, catch you later. Mata ne. You make me wanna say